Y'all know I'm trying to figure out where to look. Anyways. Okay, so I still don't have it correctly. I see the cameras over here, but I really want to look at myself. I don't know. It just makes me flow a little bit better when I can actually like see myself. So please bear with me. I'm going to get it together. Anywho, so excuse the background. As you see, guys, I do not have my lake full set up how I usually do. And that's just basically because I moved from California to Seattle. Best thing, best decision that I've made. I've only been here 2 weeks, but best decision that I've made, like besides having my son. So yes, I'm gonna figure it out. I just moved in, so I'm gonna figure out like how I'm gonna do my videos and set everything up and everything like that. Right now, please bear with me because I just felt moved to make this video, and just basically talking about my journey and why I made my move to California, what led me here, uh, from California to Seattle, what led me here. So I'm not, honestly, before I used to edit videos a lot, you know, and it took forever, and I just don't have that type of time. Right now I am going back to school. I'm taking online courses. I've also started 2 businesses, and then I've also tried, well, I've started opening my own nonprofit, and I'm also helping out my friend's nonprofit. So I'm literally, I have a lot of things that I'm trying to get myself into. So I don't have time to just edit videos. It takes forever. So any bloopers, edits, they're just gonna be there. Please forgive me, okay? I will try my hardest not to curse because that's my new thing. I'm not cussing anymore. Trying not to cuss anymore. It's a hard journey. It's very hard. When you've been doing it for 32 years, it's like second nature. So I'm trying my hardest not to cuss. And then you guys know that I stopped my fast. It was for a year, fasting from men, meat, all of that. Actually, I'm still going with the meat fast, but it was another one that I started again during this move where I gave up meat again because, you know, I was asking God for a safe journey. I was asking him to provide for me and to guide me in wisdom, so I'm fasting again. But the initial fast that I did last year is over. So I am allowed to date again. Yeah. I'll get into that in another video because I did some online dating. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Boop. Fail. Epic fail. Never do that again. Never do that again. So, yeah, it was a lot. And I'm going to put that in my next video about the online dating. Please make sure you tap in because that's going to be a good one. So back to this video. What led me to Seattle? Of course, my son's dad is from Seattle. So I was already thinking, my son was turning 5. So, well, he's 4. He's going to be turning 5 next year. And I'm just trying to prepare for everything. I'm like that type of person to prepare in advance. So my son is turning 5, and I was like, he's gonna be in kindergarten next year. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to find him, you know, an elementary school that he can actually go to for the whole amount of time elementary, and basically just like a place where we can like make home, you know, like where I don't have to have him moving around, which I did a lot. So I moved around a lot, had to give up a few friends, you know, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want him to have childhood friends. I'm like, I want him to experience that. So yeah, I was thinking about all of that, and I'm like, where should I move? Went through my head was like Atlanta. I thought about Sacramento. Yeah, I was all over the place. Chicago and Louisiana, because I wanted him, you know, to be around our people and our culture. And then I was like, you know what? His dad is in Seattle. Something told me, like, his dad is in Seattle. Why don't you move to Seattle? And I was like, that might, okay, that might work. Let me think about this. And then I gave it some thought and I prayed on it and it felt right. So I was like, okay. I went and I told my boss and I said, hey, I think I might be moving to Seattle. And he was like, oh, cool. I know what store you should go to. I know this, I know that, because I was transferring my job. And then he reached out to like the manager in that area and they were like, we have a position open now. And I was like, now? And they were like, yeah. I'm like, oh my God, it's going so fast. But everything still was feeling right. And I prayed. I said, God, if I'm supposed to do this, make it feel right. Make it happen. Like, and you know me, if I wait too long, I'll probably change my mind and be into something else. Make it happen. So he started doing that. Like, everything started flowing so quickly. Like, I got a job, I got a place, I put the down payment, you know, everything just like happened so naturally. And I wasn't anxious. Well, I was anxious. I wasn't like, I didn't have anxiety. I wasn't scared. I wasn't nervous. So I was like, okay, you know, still was feeling like, might as well go with the flow. Then I got to a point where I started to reach into my savings for this move. And I was like, oh God, I don't know. I worked so hard to save this money, you know, like, oh my God. And he was just like, it's the right move. Just trust in me. And I do want to stop right here really quick because I refer a lot to like how God spoke to me. And I just also want to explain how last year I prayed. I was like, everyone always say, you know, God speaks to them like this, God speaks to them like that. And I'm like, let me hear God, you know. But he does live down on the inside of all of us. So you really have to be able to like recognize when it's his voice versus your voice. And I started to realize that like he speaks to you in so many ways, but I used to get messages from other people, and now I feel like I'll pray and then the answer will come to me, and I feel like God is speaking to me. Like he speaks to me and tells me like where I should go, you know, like, so it's weird. It's hard to explain, but there's a voice in the inside of you guys, and to me that voice is God, and I really truly believe that. So I followed that voice, and he said, yeah, you know, like, just calm down. He was like, calm down, it's gonna happen. Just do it. I'm gonna make a way. Like, keep spending that money, don't worry about money, I'm going to provide for you. And I said, okay. And I did that. And I promise you, I kid you not, after we had that conversation, like me and God, after I prayed and he responded, someone that I knew from the past popped up and was like, you know, hey, what's up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, you know, hey, what's up? And this person found out I was moving, and then they were just like, you know, I want you to know we haven't spoken in a while, but I always have your back. I'll always have your back. You always have someone out here. You're moving to a foreign state that you don't know and nothing about. It's very foreign to you, and I want you to know that you have support. And I was like, okay. And then they handed me some money, and I was like, and it was the exact amount of money that I had just spent, and God replaced it that fast. And I said, whoa. And it was just a few days, you know. So can't anyone tell me that what I believe in God is fake, because it's real. It's real. He's real. So just recently, so everything went smoothly with my move, like literally smooth. We drove down, and that even went smooth, even though I was scared because we was going through all these mountains and stuff. Woo, Lord, help me. But if you know me, I do not like driving on roads and stuff. I'll take the streets before I hop on the freeway unless I'm running late, you know. I'll leave an hour early just to take the streets all the way there. Terrible. So yeah, everything went smoothly, and then now we're here, we're settled in. My workplace, I love the environment. Everyone was so friendly. Everyone that I've met here is so friendly, so welcoming, so nice. I feel like I'm at home. I feel like I'm at this home that I've never even known before. Like, home wasn't this welcoming, you know. Like, I feel like where I'm from, people were a little bit ruder than what they are here. Like, everyone here is nice, everyone's happy, and it's crazy because they barely get sunshine. So yeah, anywho, I everything went smoothly, like everything. So excuse me, I gotta get back on track on what I was saying. But yes, God brought me here, and that's why I moved. I feel like he brought me here, right? So then the other day I had this encounter with a group of women, and everyone was expressing and talking about how they're feeling during this time, like how hard it's been on them, and how, like, they were just talking about like how they're feeling a little depressed, they need to get out, and they were just sharing all of their feelings and emotions. And I was sitting there like, whoa, I can't say how I'm feeling right now, because you can't hear a bunch of women talk about they're depressed and stuff and then come in like, well, I'm happy, I'm very, very happy, everything's going smoothly in my life. So I sat back and I just heard all of their stories, because I had to take that in and recognize that God has put favor on my life. I'm blessed. Highly, highly favored. He has provided for me abundantly, and I'm grateful. I'm very grateful for that. Like, I thank God, like, that's why I'm making this video, because I just wanted to share my testimony through this whole year. I hear people complain, 2020's been so bad to me. 2020 is terrible. 2020, oh my God. 2020 has been good to me. And in 2019, I kept telling my friend, this is our year. I was like, this is our year. This is it. I can feel it deep down in my bones. God's got us. This is our year. And for sure, I feel it. It's still my year. Like, it has not been a bad year for me. It's been a great year for me. I've asked God, when I was fasting the year before, I asked him to change me, mold me, shape me, and I feel like he's done that. I asked him to take everything and everybody that's not for me out of my life, anyone that was keeping me from being the person that he had planned for me to be. I asked him to take those people out of my life, take all negativity out of my life, and I feel like he's done that. He's done exactly that. Like, my life feels cleansed. I feel cleansed. I'm happy, and I know my faith. At first, I will be scared to say I'm happy, because I will feel like if I say I'm happy, then someone out there will literally like wish bad upon me, and then I wouldn't be happy anymore. Like, the devil would just start coming for me, like, I felt like that. So I didn't feel like it was good to say or speak about how happy I was or the positive things that I'm experiencing. But now at this level of my faith, I'm like, I'm able to sit here and literally say I'm happy, and I am living life abundantly, and I know that I'm only going forward from here. I'm never, ever, ever going back. And that's because I'm standing so strong in my faith. I'm standing so strong in my faith. If anyone asks me, I just had a conversation with someone the other day, and I was telling them about my nonprofit and saying why, I opened it and sharing my experiences, and they were like, oh yeah, well, that's good. I can totally understand, you overcome adversity. And I was like, that's the thing though. Like, I opened this nonprofit because I feel like, yes, I overcame whatever I went through. I overcame it all, but I didn't do that on my own. I did that with the helping hand of God. He has always been there for me, and it's only right that I give back and be there for other people and show and express how blessed I am, because that's nothing to be ashamed of. And even if I sit here and say, yes, I'm happy, I'm blessed, that can never be taken from me, because God is on my side. And as long as I actually believe that, and I think I had troubles before, where I felt like I couldn't say it because my faith wasn't that strong, So I'm trying to explain this, without really getting off track, but I'm just going where the Spirit is leading me right now. So my faith was not that strong, and I'll admit it. Like, I would be happy, I would be praying, I'll be like, oh, I'm happy, but I wouldn't be able to say anything. Or if something good happened in my life, I wouldn't say it because I felt like it can be taken from me. And how strong I'm standing in my faith, I know now that it cannot. And that's what the Bible tells us. Like, even with Jesus when he was on the boat, and that's like one of my favorite stories, when he was on the boat and there was a storm and the winds was going crazy, and they were like, oh my God, get the Son of God. And they went to get him, and he came out, and he was just like, oh, winds, calm down, storm, stop going. Like, and he was like, you guys could have did that. All you have to do is believe, have faith, you know. And now I'm at this point, I'm like, I get that, and I understand that. Like, I have faith. So I'm going to say how happy I am. I'm going to talk about my businesses. I'm going to share, give advice. I'm going to share my stories. I'm going to do all of that. And it can't be taken from me, because I know it can't be taken from me, because God is rocking with me and he's on my side. You know, like, so that's where I'm at in life right now. And I can say I'm happy. And 2020 has been a good year despite everything. Like, you know, like, despite all of the COVID going on, it's been a good year for me. And me and my family have been blessed enough not to have, you know, contracted any COVID or anything like that. And that's only a blessing with God, because I pray for our protection every night, and I believe that he will protect us. So that's it. But even with the pandemic, you know, I was fortunate enough to still keep my job, still be able to pay all my bills and everything like that. And then when stuff came my way, you know, like, people would be like, oh, sign up for this, it'll help you pay your bills. I'm like, I'm gonna leave that for someone else, because I still have enough to pay my bills. I still have enough to provide for me. So I'm not gonna try to scam the system or anything like that, because I just feel like karma will come my way, because I probably possibly took that from someone who needed it. So I didn't do any of that. And, you know, I'm from Oakland, so they do that stuff. But they do that. But yeah, so that's just where I am. And I feel like what led me to